You are watching the Forbidden Files. In today's video, we are going to talk about scientists drilled the deepest hole on Earth and then sealed it. Here is why. This rusty metal cap, welded shut and bolted into the ground, sits in the middle of nowhere in northern Russia. There are no signs around it, no guards, no fences. But underneath it is the deepest hole ever drilled by human hands. 12 kilometers straight down into the earth, and one day in 1994, with no public announcement, the scientists sealed it. They welded it shut, locked the doors of the facility and never came back. The official reason: it got too hot. But what they found down there was something nobody expected. The year was 1970, the Cold War was at its peak. The Soviet Union decided to try something completely different. They wanted to drill deeper into the earth than anyone had ever gone before. Not to find oil, not to find gas, simply to see what was down here. The project was called the Kola Borehole, and it would become one of the most fascinating and quietly forgotten science projects in human history. For the next 24 years, scientists drilled years after year, going deeper and deeper, and what they discovered changed everything geologists thought they knew. Before we talk about what they found, let's talk about just how deep this hole actually is. The Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, is 828 meters tall. The Kola Borehole is so deep you could stack 14 Burj Khalifas on top of each other and still not reach the bottom. The hole goes through the entire Earth's crust and starts to push into the mantle beneath. Nobody had ever physically reached the mantle before. But here is the strange part. The hole is only 23 centimeters wide, 12 kilometers deep, the width of a dinner plate. The drill had to push through millions of tons of solid rock under enormous pressure, in complete darkness, and it took them 24 years. Scientists expected to find certain things at certain depths, things that every geology textbook had predicted for decades. What they actually found was completely different. At 7 kilometers below the surface, they found water. Not a river, not a lake, but water squeezed out of hydrogen and oxygen atoms in the minerals. Under enormous pressure, nobody had predicted this. Every textbook said that below about 7 kilometers you would hit dense granite. The Soviet drilled through 7 kilometers, and there was no granite. Everything textbook had taught about the deep crust was wrong. At depth of 6 kilometers, scientists found fossil microscopic organisms in rock, over 2 million years old, life preserved for 2 million years. Deeper underground than anyone thought biology could survive. Scientists predicted minus 100 degrees Celsius at 12 kilometers. The actual temperature was 180 degrees Celsius, almost double. At those temperatures, the rock behaved almost like plastic, soft, slow, closing in on the drill. Drilling became near impossible, and in 1994, after 24 years, they stopped. The official story is simple: it was too hot. The Soviet Union had collapsed in 1991. Funding ran out. That explanation is probably true, but it hasn't stopped people from asking questions. Because here is what feels strange. The facility was not gradually wound down. It was abruptly abandoned. Scientists described the closure as sudden equipment was left behind. The metal cap was welded shut so completely that nobody has been back down. To this day, no country has drilled deeper than the Kola Borehole. In 30 years, with all of our improved technology, nobody has gone further. The deepest we have ever gone is 12 kilometers. The Earth's core is 6,371 kilometers away. We have barely scratched the surface. We have mapped the surface of Mars in higher detail than we have mapped. We have sent probes 23 billion kilometers away. We have photographed black holes in other galaxies. But the ground beneath your feet right now as you watch this, we generally do not know what is down here. Or there. The Kola Borehole was our one serious attempt to find out. and what it bound overturned decades of accepted science. There was water where there shouldn't be water, life where there shouldn't be life. The layers we thought existed didn't. And the temperature was almost twice what every expert predicted. If we were that wrong about 12 kilometers, what else are we wrong about? The Kola Borehole sits there today, rusted, forgotten, sealed. A 12 kilometers hole in the ground that rewrote geology and was then quietly abandoned. The scientists who drilled it spent 24 years of their careers going deeper than any human had ever gone, and then the world moved on. But the discoverer didn't disappear. Water in solid rock, life at impossible depths, a crust that looked nothing like the textbook said. The next time you walk outside and look down at the ground, just remember, 12 kilometers below your feet, a hole sits sealed and silent. And whatever is beneath that, we still don't know. If this made you think of something you were never taught in school, hit subscribe and follow, because we have 29 more files exactly like this one to be unveiled.